Welcome back to Sidekicked, a Marvel Champions podcast, where we are all about the allies. We'll teach you who they are in the comics, discuss their cards, and what kind of decks they might be played in. I am one of your hosts, Jason Sketch, and with me is...
Levi Lewis.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
It's going.
Sweet. What about is anybody else here? Do we have any guests or
No,
anything?
there's nobody else here. No.
Hello?
Oh, man, you let him come back?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Earth Twister. How's
I
it
like
going?
the door.
Oh, man.
I didn't let it come back.
I used my lockpick.
You used your lockpick?
Yeah.
You dirty vigilante.
I forgot my
Wilson
key.
Fisk might say.
I forgot.
How
my
did you
key,
get out of
so-
this? How did you get out of the straitjacket that I put you in, though?
I was really hungry, so I just ate it.
The jacket?
I don't know if
the
you
jacket.
been down with a straight jacket to even chew on the jacket.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised at how flexible I am.
Whoa.
Well, that's a story for another time, ladies and gentlemen.
I
Beyond
think that's
you
a story
being
for
hungry
now.
and eating your own straight jacket, how are you guys doing this evening?
Oh, I'm great.
Good. I'm honestly pretty stoked about the new Echo article we got last week, plus the new cards we got at the beginning of this week for Echo. I'm pretty stoked about that hero coming out. How about you guys?
She looks pretty cool.
There's also a show.
The show's pretty neat, but I'm referring to the new hero we are getting in Fear No Evil. I was real bummed. I was hoping today we would see an article for Daredevil. We did not. There was no article at all. The community put a big sad face everywhere about it.
That's
So
because
hopefully-
we see no evil.
Haha.
Get it?
He's-
Because we see no article.
Is that
I
a
will be
joke
here-
because Daredevil is
It's
blind?
because
We
they
can't
didn't-
read an
All
article.
I'll be here all week, folks.
It's because they didn't speak no evil.
Oh. Well, they can see and hear no evil, so I guess speak no evil would be the last one. That should have been the name of the box. You have a blind hero and a deaf hero. You should have had the title of
be
the
called
box be Speak No Evil. That would have been perfect. Oh, man, I would have loved that. Did y'all see the article about all the villains?
Yes, I did. This is a
Jason,
while
I've
ago.
told you. I can't tell you how many times I've told you this. I don't know how to read.
Oh, man. Well,
Is that why you're
first-
always just going off script?
Yeah, I cannot read the show notes. I don't even have a phone.
we will work on you have a phone. We'll work on you being able to read once we finish teaching you how to wear clothes. So
We're off to a good start with that one. He's actually got a shirt on at least.
Nope,
that
that's my
we are
sweater.
aware of.
That's my sweater shirt.
Natural
Did you-
hair.
Did you dye it? Because it's a different color this time.
It's super red. That's because I'm a ginger.
Oh, okay. Are you also sunburned?
I'm a Did you not hear what I just said? I'm a ginger.
Sorry, I hear no evil.
Well, you know what? I speak no evil.
Man.
And Jason, he sees no evil.
Sees no evil. He wishes he could hear no evil.
That's right.
Poor Jason. He wishes he could see. Cool and
Look at-
cute as a
look at-
cucumber.
Look at the Jason.
Look at the Jason.
Mira al
no.
cazón.
Jason,
waiting
no
for one
here.
of you guys.
Jason, no here. So, let's dive in. We're going to rearrange it. I'm going to go last on this question, even though it's written differently on the show notes. What have you been playing recently?
Well, I am Levi Lewis.
We've already made it past that point, mister.
I have been playing not Marvel Champions. My work life has been pretty wild. I was actually supposed to play a game today, believe it or not. And I got off pretty, going into the day, I was like, this feels like a funny day. And it was, oh my goodness, it was a mess of a day. I won't get into all of the semantics of how ridiculous the day was, and it is at no fault of mine or any of my coworkers or even my boss. It was just stuff that just happened. But I have been playing a game that Jason will be excited to hear this. I've been playing a game. It's called Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the video game. It is a fighter-based game, and it is based on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which is a comic book, but also an excellent movie, excellent excellent movie, and it is very fun. I've played it before, but it's been probably like 10 years since I played the game. So I'm playing it again, and for a long time you couldn't even get the game. There was like some licensing issues. But yeah, it's very funny playing the game. Like whenever you beat up somebody, like you get coins, and then with those coins you can buy health and things. But like you go into a coffee shop to get those things, that's a theme. Like everything about the game is exactly like the comics, exactly like the movie. It is a very fun game.
Sounds awesome. I am jealous. It sounds like a great game for us to.
It's my story.
To do together at some point.
It's almost like we could get together this weekend.
We could possibly get together this weekend. We are getting together this weekend.
Oh, there it is.
We're talking about talking about a book series this weekend called Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Earth Twister, what have you been playing recently?
Hi guys, I'd like to be a part of the podcast, please.
No.
Are we really skipping over Jason's Carl the Dungeon Crawler story?
Yeah. Go ahead.
We don't recommend the book, so.
Okay. Well, anyways,
6-7.
6-7.
I've been playing a game. It's called the Champions of the Marvel.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cool. I was the Man of Wonder, and I played against the Bones of Cross.
Boy Wonder?
No, the Man of Wonder, and it went pretty well. Took a few tries to actually get through it, and I played in the worst aspect ever, so that's probably why it was difficult.
Pull? Was it
aggression? Pull? It is aggression, man.
Heretic.
But I actually had a pretty cool idea for Wonder Man that I was trying to figure out if it would work, and it did. I just think I chose the wrong villain to face against. The whole idea is like, Wonder Man gets to like stack up his attack by like putting all these cards behind Ionic Physiology. And I was like, okay, really cool. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to have Brute Force, which is a card that you have to discard, but it gives you +1 attack. And whenever you make basic attacks, you get piercing. So it's +1 attack and piercing for one resource. But again, whenever you make a basic attack, you discard it. So I put 3 copies of Quick Strike, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, there are 3 copies of Starstruck, which both of those use your basic attack value to do damage. And so if everything had gone to plan, I would have Quick Striked and Starstruck for 9 damage each time I played the card, which would have been absolutely fantastic, or wonderful, as it were, because Wonder Man. But it didn't quite work out that way because I just wasn't able to keep up with the threat and the minions. So I think I just need to tweak the deck a little bit. It also could have just been the villain that I was facing. So, I don't know. It was a lot of fun. It took me like 5 tries before I finally beat him. And I did end up... So I started in the deck, I had 3 copies of Turn the Tide, which I thought would be plenty. I just warded it all off, and then I was able to do 3 damage for free. But... it didn't work, so I took those 2 copies out and I took 2 copies out and added in Everywhere All at Once instead, which actually changed the game. So,
is this still a part of the? Are you still competing in the LEDT?
This was not an LEDT game, but I am still competing in the LEDT. I have moved on from playoffs to championship, but I have not played a single one of those games yet. I'm planning to do some tomorrow at some point.
Nice.
If I can convince myself not to buy Legos.
So you've been playing Legos is what we're hearing.
I've been building Legos. Yes. I want to build more Legos. I'm getting the itch. I ordered some off of the Lego store recently and they just shipped this afternoon, and so I'm like, why couldn't you have shipped 2 days ago? So I'm getting R2D2, guys.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Quick Strike, man, I wish this was an energy resource card, because that would make your whole idea fantastic. But it is a fist resource.
So you have to play an aggression.
No. I mean, yeah, you have to play an aggression, and you don't get the benefit of tucking it for that Ionic Physiology.
Mm-hmm. What
card did you say you traded out for Everywhere All at Once?
Turn the Tide.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Every World at Once is such a good card, man.
It's a great card. Turn the Tide was going to just be helpful in hopefully taking out small minions, but I never had the ability to thwart enough to remove all the threat off the scheme. Or I never had the opportunity to thwart because I was defending most of the time. So, because I also had the best defense in the deck. So if everything would go to plan, I'd be defending for 9 and never be able to take damage, but I was just never able to get the cards out that I wanted. I did not include Smash the Problem because he has enough thwart removal without Smash the Problem. Plus, Smash the Problem causes you to exhaust your identity, so I wouldn't be able to use a basic activation.
Smash the Problem.
That just uses your attack value to thwart.
Does it smash the problem?
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried the section labeled Clash at Demon Head?
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Smash the Problem. Okay, so these are 2 cards that came in Valkyrie, which is why I don't even know they exist. Not that because they came in Valkyrie. I just
have Valkyrie.
I do have Valkyrie. I just never looked at either one of these cards. I have so many others.
So I will 100% be honest here. This deck was not fully conceived out of thin air. I didn't just find these cards and was like, oh my gosh, this is a great idea. There was a deck that I played a while back. It was a Psylocke deck. And I took it up against Ronin the Accuser and lost horribly. But it's centered around those 3 cards. Smash the Problem, the Best Defense, and Quick Strike. And the whole thing was you included cards like Brute Force, Combat Training, and things like that to buff up Psylocke's attack. And then you have her katanas out. And you're good to go. You know, you're hitting things for, if you had 3 copies of Brute Force down, plus your 2 katanas, 6 damage per Quick Strike. But I just feel like it actually works better at Wonder Man because you already have that card, Starstruck. So I Starstruck and then that Psylocke deck, which somebody else built. I can't remember their name right now. I had a fun time using their deck. But yeah, it did not go well.
Man, I have actually yet to play Ronin the Accuser.
Try him in standard first.
Or Levi?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Have you played Ronin the Accuser? Have you played Ronin the Accuser?
I have not played Ronin yet.
Man, me either. We need to maybe get together sometime and do that. The 3 of us. Play it
Deal.
in standard
Ronin
3.
the Accuser.
What is... No.
Yes! Yes.
Okay,
Freaking
that's fine.
hate standard.
We'll meet,
You know what?
we'll meet in the
Actually,
middle.
no. Well, yeah, we'll do standard 2 then.
Yep.
That doesn't matter because you know why?
Why?
He's already got steady stalwart, so we don't even have to worry about that.
You know what we could do?
I'll play standard 2.
We could just throw in standard 1 and 2 and then with standard 3. Let's
You
go
can
all out.
pull
Let's go
a
all
daring-
out, baby.
A Daring Lime and
Standard 1,
shuffle
2,
up
and
your
3.
standard 2 and we'll standard 1 together and then draw 6 cards out of it and then shuffle those 6 into your deck or whatever it was. I thought that was a neat idea that Lime was talking about. I think it was Lime that was talking about it, where he takes his standard 1 deck and his standard 2 deck and he shuffles them together and then you draw the right amount of like standard cards out from the top of that deck and that's the standard set you play with. So you may or may not draw the Shadow of the Past, or you may get 2 Shadow of the Pasts.
2.
Which is interesting.
Twice the trouble, twice the fun.
Well,
It's definitely an interesting idea.
Yeah, Jason, what have you been up to?
I have been playing Hercules, and
Hercules!
I've been hearing some good things about this.
it is the last aspect I need to play for Hercules before I can do the Wonder Man and Hercules dossiers that I do.
Dossiers.
And dossiers,
Yeah, dossiers, yep.
Listen, this is a Southern
He puts
dossier.
the wrong
So you
emphasis
just
on the wrong
live your
syllable.
best life there, and you let me live mine. Hercules and protection was the last aspect I needed,
Hercule.
and Hercula, and
Hercules.
Hercumore.
it is probably the most fun I've had with Hercules since he dropped. He's a fun character in general, but man, the amount of readies I have in this kit is nonstop. I don't even like really defend with them unless I have to for protecting Amadeus Cho.
Ooh, are you in protection?
I am protection.
Boom, baby! Protection's the best!
But it's not a typical protection deck.
Oh,
Doesn't matter. It's still protection. It's still
Oh.
green. What color
It's
is it?
still green.
What color is it? It's verde.
It's
Protection.
got a little salsa verde.
birdie? That's not a color.
So, anyhow, it's got What Doesn't Kill Me in it. It's got 3 Earth's Mightiest Heroes and Blade. And it's got 3 of the 3 Limitless Staminas. And it's also got his 2 Son of Zeuses. And you spend all your time readying up, and then you take a taunt, and it has 3 copies of taunt in it as well. So you're just drawing cards, taking hits, and then you just keep readying up and punching the villain over and over in the face. I have used it to beat Ed Summoner twice. I have used it to take on Sandman, and he helped me win a Sandman game in 76 minutes the other day, and it's a 4-player Sandman game in 76 minutes.
4 players.
I was about to say 76 minutes is quite a long time for a
It is a long
solo.
game, yeah, but that is not solo. That's a 4-player game.
There's a
And I had
4-player
another 4-player
That's
game before
quick
we
for
jumped
4
on
players.
tonight that Levi Lewis was supposed to play in. And I played with Grizzle, I played with Clash, and I played with Football Coach. And Football Coach ran this crazy Justice Quicksilver deck that would clear the board with threat removal, even in 4-player. It was wild. He was getting up to like 8 threat removal per ready. It was ridiculous. I really want to check out his deck and try it out in Justice. And then Clash was playing a cool Deadpool deck that was a Protect the Table Deadpool deck. And so Deadpool didn't care if he died or not. He would just go back down to Alter Ego. And
Nice.
he would play cut both ways. And so he would do like 3 points of retaliate damage before he died, which is pretty cool.
Whenever he does that, do you not put an acceleration token on the main scheme?
Yes, but it didn't matter if he put an acceleration token on the main scheme or not, because as soon as there was even an ounce of threat on the scheme, that Quicksilver took care of it. It was probably the fastest Justice deck I've ever seen in my life. And then
I mean, it's Quicksilver. It's got to be the fastest one you've ever seen in your life.
that's it. And then Grizzle played Rogue, and it was a leadership Rogue, and so she kept taking the card from Deadpool that lets you exhaust your character and you draw up to like a stupid amount of cards. I forget what it's called right now. But yeah, he was letting us get super big hands. At the end there, he let me draw up to 12 cards one time by playing that card on me. So it was a really, really fun game. We beat Mansion Attack in 2 hours on Expert. So that was awesome. But this deck is pretty quick. So you, within 4 turns, you're able to get all of your labors done. And then you're just going ham on the villain. And it is wild. I really, really recommend playing it. You should see a video on it tomorrow on my YouTube channel.
By the
How
time
well
this
it
is
plays.
out, how far away will it have been? How long will it have been out?
Oh, man. I don't know. Off
Like
the top of
2
my head.
months?
This comes out in
I'm gonna say
June?
3 weeks.
This probably comes out in June, so about 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, yeah.
Called
About
it.
a month out right now.
Called it.
So yeah, go check it out on my YouTube and bolster that video. Hercules gets a lot of views for some reason, where Wonder Man doesn't seem to for some reason. And I'm not sure why, because Wonder Man is phenomenally fun. Probably Wonder Man has actually made it in my top 10 heroes, straight up. So
So
yeah.
before we transition to what we're going to do next, I do have a question, and I'm only going to ask this because Steggy mentioned it, and I know what it is, but I want to specifically talk about it for just a second for our listeners, because Steggy talked about a website that he uses where he can play the game.
Dragon cards?
Yes.
I've actually... That's where I
Have either
started
of you
doing my...
used it?
That's where I started doing my practice games, because it gets really annoying for me to build out the villain deck and then build my deck, and then I'm like, okay, well, this card didn't work. And so then now I'm in the process of changing my sleeves. And so there are some cards that are in the old sleeves and some cards that are in the new sleeves. And so it's really annoying for me to change all the sleeves constantly, as I'm like, okay, this didn't work. Now I got to change the sleeve out for this card, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I've used dragon cards. It's pretty easy to use for the most part. There's a few things where it can be kind of annoying, like when you're resetting everything. I tend to get a lot of errors. You can't just click reset and it reset. You have to reload everything. But it'll pull your deck from Marvel CDB, so you can just build it up, pull the deck, play it, and then if something doesn't go right, you just go back to Marvel CDB, change up the deck, and then pull it back in.
Sweet. Jason, have you used it?
No. I know that Solo's made a whole video about it. A shout out to Solo Marvel Champion.
Solo.
But I have not used it.
This is a great resource, and I've been wanting to use it, but I haven't yet. I plan on using it in this very soon future.
It does have a little bit of a learning curve, so just be prepared for that. But
don't tell me what to do.
Once you figure it out, you'll have it figured out.
Don't tell me what to do.
I agree it's a great resource. I'm just kind of curious why you're wanting to do it. What makes you excited for it?
I mean, you both guys, you know, like I have the game. Like I have all the cards.
Yes.
That's not an issue. I just hate setup time. Like honestly, like the amount of time that I have to play the game is really just set for playing the game at this point for me. In my general life, I don't have a whole lot of time to do much else, and so if I'm gonna be able to play the game, like specifically solo, this is probably how I'll start playing solo.
No, that's great.
I
know it gets used quite a bit. People tend to like it. You can see, I believe, MC Deck Discussions. That's what he exclusively plays on Dragon cards right now.
Yeah, he actually sold his collection, his actual physical collection.
Yeah. So you can play on there, and it works pretty well. I haven't tried it myself. I like the feel of the original, the physical cards, but I get where you're coming from too, where it is a cost of time to set things up and the cost of time to build the deck out, only for you to go change sleeves or whatever the case may be. So I am slowly re-sleeving things too, or sleeving things up, and it does take time for sure.
Yep.
So I get that.
I do have a sleeve here on this arm, and I do have a sleeve here on this arm.
No, that's your sweater.
That's my sweater sleeve.
That's a great question. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, if you guys use Dragon cards or you use TTS, Tabletop Simulator, which is another way to play.
Or you use sleeves.
And I think there's one other method out there as well that does it online where you can play on your computer. Don't be afraid to share those resources and the links in the chat down below with us. And let us know your thoughts. If you guys can convince Levi Lewis to test the game out this way, then you will get to see Levi Lewis play a game on Dragon cards.
They can go on YouTube and see me play a game, but
yeah, exactly. So watch out. Yeah, but that'll be worth it. I think it'd be cool to hear your experience with it too. I have not touched it or messed with it. I have the link. I could send it to you after we're done tonight. I bet Earth Twister's probably got it faster since he's already using it more than me.
It's just
and then
dragncards.com.
Yeah, but I think Solo even has some tutorials on how to use that website too, if you wanted to do that. I'm pretty sure he and Steggy, Hippo, and maybe My Name is Jeff play like on Saturday mornings using that website, but I could be wrong.
Your name is not Jeff, so you are wrong. Your name is Jason.
We are going to move forward to the podcast. It does feel a little empty without a guest to talk to. Yeah.
I asked you, who are we going to talk to? And you said we're going to talk to each other. I don't think it's going very well.
I still say Earth Twister should be our guest today.
Okay. So Earth Twister, you ready for your quick strike?
Let's do it.
Farts or bananas?
Bananas.
That's it. That's the whole quick
strike.
Quick
strike.
I hate it. It was the worst thing ever.
It was the quick strike. It
was the quickest quick strike.
Hey, I'm just glad that Kraut Bammer and Joe are still talking to us. So. Oh man! All right. Well, we would normally jump into our mailbag at this. Mysterio. We would normally jump into our mailbag at this time. However, we need some more letters.
Oh.
Yeah, you can go ahead and sing the song. Go ahead and sing your song.
I think it's Levi's song.
Is it my song?
It's your song.
There's no mail, it always fails, it never lets me wag my tail. Because I never hear it, I never yell. Mail!
I'm pumped.
Even your creepy doll behind you is crying.
That's not a creepy doll.
It looks
It's
like
an action figure.
No, that's not. That's neither. Do you actually want to know what that is? Do you
Yeah.
want to know what that is?
Sure.
I mean, that's been there like every single time we've
It has, yes.
So what that is the doll that inspired
It is a doll.
the Chucky doll. That is a doll that inspired the Chucky doll. So when I was a kid, my parents bought me this doll, and it's called a My Buddy doll. Okay? And I've had it forever. And it's funny because, like, I watched the Chucky movies when I was a kid, and it creeped me out. Like, this doll creeped me out, and I tried to get rid of it.
Before you finish your story, would you mind describing what this doll looks like for our listeners that may not own?
It looks like a Chucky doll. That's what it looks like. I mean, it looks like the not the serial killer looking creep, but like the innocent Chucky doll that doesn't.
I thought Chucky was a ginger. This is like a blonde one.
This is a blonde. They made him look like anything, like they made him look like. I mean, they made him look like all kinds of people.
Did it just
Like,
turn
made
its
a
head
whole
and look at
diverse-
us?
Yes, it did. Don't
Okay.
look too much into that. But no, they made,
Now it
they
has
made,
a knife
they made
and
whole
it's
diverse
walking
of them.
towards Mr.
Like they even
Levi
made
here.
a female one called Kid Sister. My sister had one.
Annabelle?
No, it was called Kid Sister.
Oh, okay.
Bride of Chucky.
No, it looked nothing like that doll in those ones. But yeah, so the one that I have is blonde. But no, it creeped me out as a kid, and I actually tried to throw it away many times, give it away to like donations and stuff. I always try to get rid of it, and my mom would always like find out and be like, no, you want to keep this. I was like, no, I don't. I think like a couple
What you
years
think
ago
is it was your mom, but it's actually crawling back.
that you're right. And then I mean I graduate, I move out, and then a couple of years ago, I say a couple of years, this was probably like 5 or 6 years ago, I go back to my parents' house, and we're having to go through a bunch of their stuff, and I've come across it, and there it is, right there. And I've had it.
Which what he doesn't know is his mom's hid $1 million in there for him.
And the doll?
In the doll, and that's why she wants you to keep it so bad, so
I
that
wish.
you had $1
I would
million.
have. I'm pretty sure I would have found it by now.
Rip it open. Rip it open.
Oh my God.
Rip it open. Rip it open.
I'm good.
So, mail that fails us. We didn't have very many. We've got a lot of comments, as we always do on the YouTube. We got, and of course, Monkey left us a wonderful long comment again. We really appreciate it. But we would love to hear from more of you folks. So, how can they reach us, guys?
They can email us at sidekickedamcp@gmail.com. And again,
What is
that
Yeah,
AMCP,
what does that stand for?
that stands for Always Miraculously Colorful People.
That's right. We're very diverse here at Sidekicked.
Just don't ask any of our guests. They've all seen our faces.
They have seen our faces. We should get more guests come on now that they know about my doll.
That's right.
They can see my doll right there.
Well, it actually stands for a Marvel Champions podcast.
Oh.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. AMCP.
Always Meticulously Clean People?
Nope, a Marvel Champions podcast.
Okay.
I still can't
That
believe
is
these come off the top of your head. There's no way.
Sidekicked amcp@gmail.com.
Yeah, what does
That's
that
it.
stand for again, Earth Twister?
After
Aftermarket cereal person.
Aftermarket Cereal Products.
Don't steal what I said.
Aftermarket Construction Products.
You can also hit us up on the People server, and we would love to talk to you there. We have a whole channel there. Please come chat with us. Levi puts up some great questions when he feels like it, and
Every
it's
so
just a good
often.
time.
And by chat with us, he just means Levi and Jason, because, oops.
You can at Earth Twister, and he'll respond to you there. We also enjoy playing games with you guys on there too, so don't be afraid to add us and be like, "Hey, we're about to play a game, and we'd love to play with the Sidekick guys."
Ayo.
So check us out there; it'll be a good time. And then, of course, you can leave us comments, and we need a 5-star review. Can you believe how long it takes to do a 5-star review?
like
30 seconds?
like 5
3
seconds.
seconds. Yeah.
One for each star.
One for each
5
star,
seconds.
and then you just say, hey, Levi's pretty cool and his nice sweater. And that's all we need. And it would like make our day. Do you want to make our day?
Actually, I wish they wouldn't talk about Levi.
Do you
Why?
want to make Levi's day?
Why shouldn't they talk about me?
We don't talk about Levi.
No.
We don't talk about Levi.
It was our wedding day.
No, it wasn't. We are brothers. We are not having a wedding day. Cool.
With not a cloud in the sky. Are you telling the story, or am I?
I am, actually. I'll be doing the story this evening. We are talking about an exceptionally cool ally this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, who's that?
We are talking about Ronin.
Wait, hold
Not
up.
Ronin the Accuser.
Hold up. Isn't that the upgrade card where it's like anti-ally? Like you don't want allies so that you get like +1 defense and retaliate 1?
No! That is a cool card, and I'm excited to play that in the Echo decks that come out and any other protection decks I end up playing.
Echo decks that come out now.
I feel like it's going to actually match my playstyle. But this is actually an ally card that came in the Ant-Man pack. It is a leadership ally.
Okay, because I was a little confused. You know, we are a Marvel Champions podcast where we are all about the allies. I didn't know why we were talking about an anti-ally card.
You just
Well,
said
this is-
AMCP, a Marvel Champion podcast.
That's what the notes say.
Gmail.com.
Welcome back to Sidekicked, a Marvel Champions podcast where we are all about the allies. I was just reading that. It didn't say
Well-
AMCP.
Lucky for
I've
you
never-
guys. Yes, it
I've
does
never
connect
read
us.
because I don't know how to read.
Jason,
Lucky
would you like to talk?
Yes, lucky for you guys, it does connect back to that. In fact, we were super excited. I'm super excited about that upgrade coming out because the article just revealed it recently for us. The character should be coming out when this podcast episode release next month. Echo should be coming out with that card, and it's going to be so good, man. So good. Like, why would you be sad about this? And so I'm pretty stoked about it. I hope you guys are as well. It is going to be a wild ride for that card to come out. And I thought, well, with that card coming out, you're going to notice, like, that's weird. It's an upgrade, and it attaches. And then if you go back and you look, that's interesting. There is no alter ego name on Ronin when you look at his card. And I thought this is a perfect time to talk about why Ronin doesn't have an alter ego title on its card.
Is it because he's an accuser?
No,
Exactly.
that is not correct. No, it is because there are more than one persons that have been
There's
Ronin.
more than one Ronins?
There's more than one Ronin in the comics.
More than one Ronins.
Now, I bet Levi has this trivia information in his brain. What is a Ronin in IRL?
Oh, so a Ronin, I can't remember exactly. I know what it is. It's hard to explain it. A Ronin, this was like in feudal Japan era type thing, where I believe they were
They
like
were
a
classed
samurai.
as
I think they were samurai. Yeah, samurai. And they were samurai, but they were like, it was like they were either outcasts or they were just by themselves. Like they were an alone warrior is what a Ronin was.
kind of
That's
like a
like-
rogue samurai.
Yeah, like a rogue. Yeah.
It is a masterless samurai in feudal Japan who had lost his lord due to death, fall from power, or the loss of favor.
Because I do know that in the movie The Wolverine, when Wolverine goes to Japan, one of the people, one of the Japanese guys, calls him a Ronin.
Yes, because he lost his master. It literally means you're a wave man or a drifter. They were often considered outcasts, mercenaries, or vagabonds, sometimes carrying a stigma of failure. Wild. So that's what a Ronin is, and that's where this title comes from. And I think it's important for us to understand that as we dive into the fact that we have these 4 heroes that take on this name as their moniker. I don't know, moniker's not the right word. Secret identity. Is that the right word?
So I do have a question that does pertain to this. So are
Absolutely.
we going to talk about all the people that have been Ronin?
Yes.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
I really wanted to know. That's why.
That's the plan. In fact, This is our secret episode, and I don't think Earth Twisters realize this yet, but we have decided a while back that we're going to do one episode a year about Hawkeye, and this is our Hawkeye episode for season 2.
Yeah, but we also talked about how we were going to do a secret episode about Captain America every season.
What you don't realize is that Captain America was actually the Ronin in the cartoon universe.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ronacat.
So, here we are. We've got 4 people who are actually under the Ronin title in the comics and actually used it. Clint Barton, as we've mentioned before. Maya Lopez, who is the Echo character that is coming with this upgrade in Fear No Evil. Eric Brooks, and Alexei Shostakov.
So who are those last 2?
Well, Eric Brooks is also known by another title. He is, I'll give you a hint and see if you can guess it. He is half vampire, half
Blade.
not vampire. Yes, Blade. Good. That is 10 points to Earth Twister.
I've just always known him as Wesley Snipes.
Okay, that's a good way to look at it. The last one, here's your clue. That's what I talk about.
It took me right about the time you said that. I was like, oh, Alexei. I was like,
Yes.
I know that name sounds familiar.
Yes, it does. Why does it sound familiar?
What was his name? The Red Guardian?
The Red Guardian.
The Red Guardian.
For the glory! And actually, here's a
Avengers.
small...
It's with a Z. It's not
It's
copyright.
Here's something I discovered. He's not exactly a good guy in the comics from what I can tell. At least the parts
It's
that I was
because he's
reading.
Russian.
But so is...
If you're
Black Widow.
red, you're dead.
So here is a piece of information that I found very interesting while doing research on this. Before we even get to his part, he was actually an ex-husband of Black Widow, not her father figure.
Stepfather, whatever.
Stepfather thing, yeah. And I thought that was very
Stepfather
interesting.
thing.
Stepfather thing, yep. So, and now I think he may be playing a hero now in the comics. I think he joins the Thunderbolts eventually, but
It's because we are the Thunderbolts.
he's a Thunderbolt, yeah. But I don't think he's ever become an Avenger, though I did not dig that deep into his history. So, first and foremost, let's start with Alexei, actually. He was the first one to carry the title of Ronin. After we discovered that he was Black Widow's ex-husband or whatever, they beat him up and then he goes off and disappears, right? Well, the next time we see him, he has this mantle that he wears for a short time as an assassin for a society called the Dark Ocean Society. I don't know what they were all about, but I do know the Dark Ocean was defeated quickly by Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Mockingbird. So one of her many times she was off fighting corruption in, somewhere else, not America. This was a short-lived time that he was only running for a little bit, but he played an assassin there, and he ended up in S.H.I.E.L.D. custody. And I guess all of his suit and stuff just went to S.H.I.E.L.D. for this, because we don't experience this again later until Maya Lopez takes on the mantle. And I thought she had it first, but actually Alexei has it first, and then she ends up taking it. And it is actually given to her when she goes on an Avengers mission with Captain America. And
Captain America.
She's sent by Daredevil to go do this mission with him. And they're going to go stop the Hand in Japan. And apparently Hydra's working with him, so Madam Hydra's there, and they end up beating up the Hand there, or most of the Hand, and are able to take back Madam Hydra into custody. She wore the suit while she was doing this mission, and she was kind of functioning as a secret agent in the Hand, but because she was coming across as a ninja, right? She stayed behind after they decided to bring back Madam Hydra, and stayed behind to hunt the Hand because Elektra was apparently running the Hand, and she wanted to go find her and stop her from running the Hand. Well, Elektra ends up killing her and revives her and drugs her with something to make her compliant with the Hand, which I thought was pretty crazy, right? You're going to drug your friends? That's cool, Elektra. Thanks a lot. She was saved in the middle of this drugging process. So Echo was saved in the middle of this drugging process by Luke Cage's Avengers, which this happened after Captain America was shot and killed. So this is after Civil War, and Luke Cage has gone off to Japan to go hide for a while. And so they go over there to go save Maya after they discover that she needs some help. And they go over there, and this has got Luke Cage, Spider-Man, I think Doctor Strange is on the team, Wolverine's on the team, and this new Ronin is with them as they are saving Maya Lopez. and you discover that this new Ronin is Clint Barton. This event, though, of saving Maya from being drugged does lead to Elektra's death, where we discover that Elektra this whole time was actually a Skrull! And that leads into Secret Invasion. So that was one of the first comics that kind of pointed towards Secret Invasion is coming. And so
that's when you find out that the Captain America that shot was a Skrull.
No, because it would have turned into a Skrull. He traveled through time or something. That bullet sent him through time. Is what I understood that to be.
That's when you find out when he gets shot, he's secretly Captain America.
Oh, so the cartoon physics thing and everything like that.
Yep. So, I guess that's the case. I think this story's interesting, right? And after that, Clint takes on the mantle of
Captain America.
Of Ronin. Echo lets him have it because she feels bad about it. And they go off to go take the Skrull back. Now, here's some backstory you need to understand about Clint Barton that I don't know if we've talked about yet or not, but Scarlet Witch killed Clint Barton.
Yes.
At the end of Avengers Disassembled, she killed him. And then House of M, she brought him back to life.
Why did she kill him?
She was going crazy.
It was an accidental thing, right? Like an alien spaceship crashed into the mansion, right?
That was more than that. She had lost, it's more story about, I think we've talked about her story a little bit, but is when she and Vision were married and they had these kids, and then the Avengers were like, hey, your kids aren't real. And so she makes them disappear, and then she starts going crazy and starts fracturing her mind because she misses having her kids so much, and there's a lot more to it than that. I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there that can tell us more details. But she goes crazy, and in the process of going crazy, she starts, her chaos magic starts spawning random things happening. So first, an old Avenger that had been alive before,
Jack of Hearts.
Jack of Hearts starts walking up to the front of the mansion and blows up, killing Scott Lang in the process. Then a bunch of these different villains, including the Skrulls, coming to attack, and some other aliens coming to attack the Avengers mansion, start attacking, and Hawkeye, in this process of these random attacks, goes up in his little sky cycle and gets sucked up into one of the propellers of a ship and dies. It's a horrific death. Eventually they discover that Scarlet Witch is going crazy, and Magneto and Xavier are able to put her down and stop her, and Magneto takes her off somewhere that leads into House of M, in which she revives Hawkeye for there.
So why does she decide to revive him?
So in House of M, do you not know this story?
I know House of M, generally, but I've never, fully read House of M.
Oh, okay. So Quicksilver is visiting his sister and goes, hey, you have the power to give everybody what they want. Let's just do that. Give everybody back what they want. So she does that, but in the process they end up killing Xavier because they have to take his mind so they can read everybody's minds so they can know what everybody wants. It's a wild thing. And so they end up doing this big spell to give everybody what they want, and I guess one of her secret wants, or somebody else wanted Hawkeye back alive.
Probably Mockingbird.
Probably Mockingbird.
Or his family.
Possibly. And so, if he had one, yeah. He doesn't have a family like in the movies. So,
says you.
Mockingbird was, I think Mockingbird, maybe it may have been Mockingbird, but anyhow, I think she died. Anyhow, they bring him back to life, and there she does that, and then when she sets the world back after House of M, she just lets him stay alive. And so he wanders around for a while trying to find any semblance of recognition, tries to hunt her down to go talk to her about it. Why did you bring me back? Why did you just let me stay dead? Why did you kill me? All that kind of stuff. And goes to find out that she had wiped her own brain. So she doesn't remember anything. And she's just living as a normal person in a village. So he's kind of tripped up by that.
As one does.
Comes back and meets up with Luke Cage, finds out about the whole Civil War thing. Is yeah, I'm good. I'm not doing this. And so he takes on the mantle of Ronin because he's kind of lost everything and doesn't know what to do. So he doesn't feel like he can be Hawkeye for now. And his leader, Captain America, got shot. So he takes on this mantle of Ronin. He didn't know what to do himself, so he kind of came back. During this time as Ronin, he did some cool things. He defended Rick Jones from a couple of Hulk's minions in World War Hulk. He did not do it successfully, but he was able to put up a good fight. He was tricked by a Skrull Mockingbird during the Skrull invasion in Secret Invasion and went on a Skrull killing spree after being tricked by the Skrull Mockingbird. Because she was like, they thought they were the right person, or they thought they were the person that they were portraying, because they're wiping their own memories until they transformed or whatever. And when he found out that it was actually a Skrull Mockingbird, he went on a killing spree and just started wiping them all out, because he thought at the time that they had killed Mockingbird and his unborn child, which they thought was miscarried. And so he goes off crazy and starts killing a bunch of Skrulls. Later, the true Bobby is discovered alive, and he's relieved by that, but she wants a divorce from him. So at that point, I guess because she did end up miscarrying the child, and so it's a whole process between the two. During Dark Reign, he finally reveals his identity, that he is Clint Barton, he is Ronin, in a way to try to bring down Norman Osborn. He became the voted leader of the New Avengers at that time, and led the team until Steve's return, and he became Hawkeye again. So yeah, that was a crazy ride there, and that the kind of Maya story leads into that Clint Barton story. But later on, Blade becomes Ronin.
Blade.
So Blade comes to town
Laser.
and wants to talk to his buddy Spectrum.
Blade.
And he's coming to talk to her
Laser.
about some like
Laser.
daywalkers or deathwalkers that are causing problems, some vampires, and ends up being there when Thanos comes to attack New York City. So instead of revealing himself and going out and helping to fight the fight, he just puts on Ronin's uniform to disguise. Well, he puts on a spider uniform to disguise himself, and ends up joining the Avengers team after that, because they agree to help him, and he helps to fight off Thanos and his minions. He then takes on the mantle of Ronin after that as a member of Avengers. And he worked with the Avengers to stop a group of Deathwalkers in Atlantis and recovered a talisman from them. They, however, hunted him down later and took that talisman back. He was defeated by were creatures, and he was brought in by the Deathwalkers, who discovered he was Blade all along. The Avengers saved him, and they together were able to defeat the Deathwalkers' plot. Then he went back to being Blade after that. It was like, well, everybody already knows now, so I guess I'll be Blade. And so that's all the people that I was able to discover that wore the mantle of Ronin. I just thought it was really cool that it's not one specific person, that we don't know who it is that's wearing that costume at the time, and I think that's really, really neat.
So whenever somebody comes in as Ronin, you never really know who it actually is at the time.
Correct.
Until later. That actually is kind of cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
I think the
that's
first
really,
time I was actually exposed to the Ronin was when they're going to go save Echo from the Hand. Because I remember reading that comic where they like jump into this building and then they're like, "Oh, dude, you're Clint. What?"
Yeah, it was wild. It was good.
So
Because we didn't know at the time that Clint was back until that comic. So
I remember, and I can't remember when I read it, but I remember I was reading some of the Avengers comics, like maybe Next Avengers or like way later. And I remember Clint being Ronin, and whenever Endgame was whenever was it Avengers Infinity War was happening, and they're like the next movie is going to be Endgame, I was like, man, if Clint doesn't show up as Ronin, I'm going to be so mad. And then he did. I was so happy.
Well, it makes sense they chose him in the movies because he technically wore the mantle the longest. But I thought it was really neat that in the Hawkeye show we met Echo, and that she's also another Ronin user.
It's interesting because she's still like new in the Hawkeye show. Like she's brand new, basically.
Correct. But I thought it was just neat that she showed up and was also another person that wore the mantle of Ronin, and that she's one of the characters that was there, which makes sense with us leading into Kingpin and all that other stuff. But spoiler alert if you haven't seen the show.
Oops.
It's been out for I don't know.
Well, then it's kind of cool because he's kind of passing down his mantle to Kate Bishop, his Hawkeye mantle.
Yeah.
And then I guess in a way he also passes down the Ronin mantle to Echo.
Yes.
In the show, anyways. It's kind of the reverse in the comics.
Spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen those.
You should watch them. Just saying. You should watch
You
them.
want some mac and cheese?
I have seen the Hawkeye show.
So I think Ronin's really neat, and I think it was just really cool to be able to talk about it, and I was super excited to see the upgrade card. I was like, this is the perfect time to talk about the Ally. So Mr.
Why
Levi.
is now the perfect time? Why do you say that?
Because the hype for the upgrades around. So that's my thought process.
I think it's probably the worst possible time.
Okay, great. So, Levi.
I have an opinion, but you don't want to hear it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and say it.
Yeah. I was trying to say the quote. There's a song. I have no opinion. Actually, I do. I just don't want to hear it from you.
Would you mind describing the card for us? For our listeners that
Ronin!
have probably
Just
disappeared by now?
Just the artwork or the whole card?
The whole card.
Okay. So he is a 3-cost leadership ally. He is a unique Ronin, and just like Jason said, Ronin does not have an alter ego name underneath the Ronin title. He is 1 thwart, 2 attack. He has 3 HP. And before I get into the artwork, I'll describe his card. So he does have the Avenger trait. And Ronin gets +1 thwart and +1 attack while an upgrade is attached to them. And his flavor text says, "Don't know who's wearing the suit this time, but they can definitely handle themselves in a fight. Spectrum."
It's probably Clint.
It says Spectrum.
No. Like, Clint's probably the one wearing the suit.
Sure. And it is an energy lightning resource. Like I said, it is a leadership. Does it say at the bottom that somebody did this artwork?
Yeah, it's drawn by Steve Ellis.
Okay.
So it is not from a comic panel.
So this is not from the comics.
I imagine that quote came from when Blade took on the mantle because he went to go see Spectrum, and then...
I imagine this quote is from Spectrum.
No, do you know when that quote is, or Twister? Because you're shaking your finger now.
I'll be adamant that it is Clint that they're talking about. Clint's my boy.
Yeah, but Spectrum wasn't around when Clint was wearing it.
Anyways.
So I think it's Blade.
Doesn't matter. She could be like floofing in and out. It's all good.
Anyways. So his artwork here. So you got typical Ronin outfit here where he's in all black, but he's got some gold trim on his mask and like all over him, like on his arms. So it definitely clashes with the black. Like, it looks really, really cool. And so what he is doing in this artwork is he has... I cannot remember the name of this weapon.
Scythe?
I mean, it's kind of what it's like. It's kind of like a scythe, but it's got a chain attached to it. And then on the opposite end of the chain, there's a ball.
Nice.
And so in one hand, he's got like the scythe-looking thing with the blade. And then the other hand, he's got the chain, and he's like, it looks like he's whipping it around with the ball. And so he looks like he's about to strike somebody is what it really looks like. He's kind of like hunched down where he's like about to strike somebody with this ball and chain. And it looks like he's in an alley. Like, if you look behind him, he looks like he's like, there's like 2 brick buildings on both sides of him. So it kind of looks like he's in an alley. So he's doing some vigilante stuff here. He's definitely doing some typical Ronin stuff. Excuse me.
He's a village Andy.
Yep.
Do you think the art for this card is good?
I think it's super cool.
I like it. I think he looks really cool. I like the trim, the position that he's standing in. The background is just not busy, and like it's not too busy, so you can actually see him, and the focus is on him and on his movement. One of the things I like about his card too, and there's a few other cards that you can see that do this, and probably a lot of them actually, but I like that his shield kind of overlaps out of his frame and kind of covers part of the name plate. I kind of like that. Kind of feels like he's coming out of the card. So
makes it feel it makes it feel a little more 3-dimensional. A little bit, yeah.
The card is popping. I mean, it does look really cool. The like you mentioned, the gold and the black together does make it feel really, really good together. I do like the weapon he's carrying. You feel like he's getting ready to jump in. He's getting ready to help fight. And he's going to pop in and out pretty quick and do his work and then disappear and then come back somewhere else and stab somebody in the back with his fancy little scythe and ball and chain weapon there. I enjoy seeing it on the table. It's a beautiful looking card.
So what do y'all think though? Does he feel like the character in the comics? Does this card feel like the character in the comics?
I think so. I mean, the Ronin's known for using a variety of different weapons, especially as Clint, as Echo, as Blade. They're all kind of doing different types of weapon fighting skills, and I think you're seeing that here. I feel like you're getting that vibe not only with the artwork you're looking at, but also the fact that you don't know who's under the mask, and that's the whole point. Is you don't know who's wearing this mask. So I feel like we're getting that vibe here of you can't go, well, he's carrying a bow, so it must be Hawkeye this time. You can't go, well, but it's got to be Echo because she's got her katanas. Blade's got his sword. Like he's using a weapon that's not normally catering to those heroes, right? And so I feel like you definitely get that vibe off of him, and the fact that like he gets +1 attack and +1 thwart for each upgrade attached, kind of feels like
each upgrade.
Not each for each upgrade. Sorry, gets but +1 thwart and +1 attack while having an upgrade attached to him. Feels like he gets a benefit for having a weapon attached. So you give this Ronin a weapon, and he's going to go in and take face and kill names.
Yeah, so it makes sense, and like so even if it's not, Clint, like even if it's like Blade or like we said Echo or Alexei, like they don't have like super crazy like even though Clint really doesn't have powers, the others, yes, they have powers more or less, but like they're not anything like super crazy. So I think even with each of them, it fits.
I feel a little bit different, but I think it's just because I'm focusing more just on the text, like the +1 thwart, +1 attack. And maybe it's because when I first got him on the table, I was like, sweet, stack on the upgrades, he's gonna get super buffed, like. And then I realized that that's not the case. I guess just like after hearing about like all 4 of them, maybe it doesn't feel too much like what you see in the comics. But I think maybe what I would do that might be a little bit different with that is like if Ronin has an aggression, well, I guess he wouldn't be able to get an aggression upgrade. If he has like a basic upgrade, he gets +1
You
thwart.
could if you were playing Adam Warlock.
Or Jessica.
Jessica?
Drew. Spider-Woman.
Oh.
But, I mean, I feel like then that would just make the card too niche. I don't know, just like something to distinguish, like, okay, kind of gives it more of like, okay, this character as Ronin was particularly good at thwarting plans, or as this character they were particularly good at doing damage, and so there's some way to trigger the +1 thwart or +1 attack depending on an upgrade. Maybe it's fine the way it is. It just, I wouldn't 100% say that I feel like it is as he is in the comics.
And that's fair. I think you would say that this hero is probably better at attacking when he gets a weapon in his hands. Now, I think this, if you're kind of talking about the idea of Voltroning him a little bit, I think you can Voltron this hero really, really well.
Oh yeah.
And then getting that +1/+1 benefit on top of him already having stuff attached to him, I think it's going to work just fine.
Sure.
So I feel like the more weapons he has, the better he's going to be, and depending on what you're putting on him, right? Now, as your question for, well, he's not going to get an attachment from an aggression upgrade. If you're playing in multiplayer and your aggression friend brings that card, they can attach it for you.
That's true.
And make it more beneficial that way. And on top of that, there's, if you wanted to, cool, I want to run this deck, and I also would like this attachment to be put on my hero. Hey, Johnny, I know you're playing aggression. Would you mind adding this card into your deck so we can get attached to my ally that I'm wanting to play? There's ways to make that happen.
I guess you could always play four-handed.
You could also always play four-handed, just like
Manic Knight.
Manic
Knight. He is a manic.
Do you like playing him?
I don't like playing leadership.
That answers that question for Levi.
I think when I first got him, I liked playing him more, but that's only because I misunderstood the text. I thought it was he gets +1 thwart and +1 attack per upgrade.
Stack it.
And then actually Champion of Krakoa told me that I was wrong, and it made me really sad. So I don't enjoy playing him quite as much, but there's still definitely huge benefits, because it's like if you have Inspired and Reinforced Suit in your hand and you're only able to play one, well, at this point it's like, well, it kind of doesn't really matter. I mean, I know he gets +2 basically for Inspired, but Reinforced Suit gives him health, and then he still goes on and gets that +1/+1. So you're not having to worry too much about that. And like a Ronin attacking for 3 is still pretty solid, or thwarting for 2. So I think like, yeah, he can be pretty good. I just think that there are other allies that do more specific things for me that I'd rather play, especially at that price point.
Are you saying he's a high price?
He's a 3 cost, and I could have, I don't know, say for 3 cost, I could have Hawkeye in there shooting off minions for me. I could throw Slingshot in, and technically she could be 1 cost if I just use an energy resource, right? She comes back to my hand, and then she can go back out for an energy resource. And I mean, she's 3 cost. And then you have Phoenix, does a phenomenal thing with X-Men allies, readying them and healing them 1. Cyclops adding +1 damage for each attack done to a specific enemy. And all of these are at 3 cost. And there are even some better... Oh, yeah, White Tiger, man. Like, White Tiger's over here drawing you cards for pennies on the dollar, you know?
I mean, I think it does make him OP if you're able to stack upgrades on him, and he keeps getting a buff for each upgrade attached to him. That would make for a crazy Voltron decks. I think that's what they're looking at there. I think he has a very solid build. I enjoy seeing him on the table, so getting to play him just feels fun. And then you're playing the right cards on him, and it can make a difference there. And so you can Voltron him and Voltron him well, and he would still become a very useful ally in the long term.
I don't disagree with you.
I think but you don't enjoy playing him. That's totally fine. I think I am looking forward to getting to play him more often. The set that he came in makes perfect sense too, because in that set from Ant-Man, he came with a lot of upgrades in that kit. And so that's where the +2 health points come from. That's where I think it's the fist, the claw thing.
Power Gauntlet
came from. There's a couple other upgrades that came in that kit too, that were really, really good and crucial at the time. So let's see. Yeah, Power Gloves came in that set, and Reinforced Suit came in that set. So you're able to add those upgrades onto him. And just with those two, right, Reinforced Suit, you're getting him +2 health. And then, so now he gets 2 thwart and 3 attack. And then you put the Power Gauntlets on him, and attached ally attacks or thwarts deal 1 damage to an enemy, which is nice. So now he's attacking for 3 plus an extra damage somewhere. And it's not even necessarily on the same enemy. It could be a different enemy entirely. Then you can do Sky Cycle on him too, and ready him twice, plus a command team. And in 1 turn, he can do 9 points of damage if you have things set out correctly. You know, he's not a bad hero to see him. I think he could be a lot of fun to play. And on top of that, what makes him really good right now, and I guess we're kind of diving into best uses at this point, we're kind of blending this question together, is the new card Avenge Me.
What is that? I mean, I guess it's an upgrade, so he gets +1/+1.
Mm-hmm. And so he's +1/+1. He can do his 3 activations, or 2 activations and a defense if you need him to. When he dies, he draws you 2 cards at that point. And it's a 0 cost upgrade, so it doesn't cost you anything to get that on him. Where, the Power Gloves cost you 1, the Reinforced Suit costs you 1, the Sky Cycle maybe costs you 1 or 2. The Avenge Me actually costs you -2. Because you're gaining 2 cards back after playing that on top of him. Getting you your value back, essentially, at that point. You spent 1 resource in the long term, 2 resources in the long term, 3 effective resources in the long term to get him on the table and get your 2 cards back if you play Avenge Me on him. So, which is not a bad deal. And he gets to do 2 thwart or 3 attack, which is super beneficial for an ally to be able to do. I think that's really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, so as far as best uses, I mean, I agree. Like, he has some great uses. Any upgrade, he automatically becomes a 2/3, which is fantastic for any ally, really. Especially when you start looking at the stats on other heroes or other allies around him. And he only takes 1 consequential, which is another thing to think about, because there are some that take more consequential, but they do more damage. So, like Gentle, he takes +1 consequential after he attacks the villain, but he hits for 3. So Ronin does have some good things going for him, which is the fact that he hits hard or thwarts hard with an upgrade attached for minimal damage. So you can keep him out there for 3 turns or more if you're using stuff like Reinforced Suit. So I think he is a good card, and he does have some good uses. I'm just disappointed that it doesn't say he gets +1/+1 for each thing.
Well, yeah, and that is disappointing, right? When you misread a card, you're like, oh, it's not doing what I thought it was going to do. But that's beyond the point of what the value of this card is, right?
Sure.
So,
Levi, do you want to say something?
I'm giving up on you.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
I mean, you're more than welcome to at this point. So,
what do you guys think that Ronin's Hero Pack would look like?
So here's something interesting. So, like, I feel like they would have to do something unique with his alter ego, right? Like, maybe not even have an alter ego, but have, or maybe have an alter ego, but like not actually have an alter ego. If that makes sense. Where like you flip down, but it's not an actual alter ego. Like whenever you flip down Drax, it's just you're still Drax, something like that. But like, because like have like a whole mysterious like you don't know who you are, and like their obligation would be something like identity crisis. You don't know who you are. Something like that. But then yeah, like I feel like they would have several like weapon upgrades. Weapon upgrades would be something. I mean, maybe not like. I mean, obviously, like that wouldn't be their whole thing. I don't know. That's all I got for now. What about you, Earth Twister?
One thing that, there's a couple of things that I was thinking about. We currently have Clint Barton, and we're going to be getting Maya Lopez. And so I think it would be cool if they did something very, very unique with Ronin, which is you steal the alter ego from a set of like the character that you want it to be. So like you steal Clint Barton's alter ego. And then you, along with that, you take their obligation. Now, the Nemesis set would be the same for every Ronin that you play, because if you think about it, if nobody knows who Ronin is, then the same Nemesis is probably going to keep trying to go after him. Now, what you would do is that with the alter ego you choose, there would also be a list of like, when you're on the alter ego side of Ronin, you can still use the alter ego ability of the character you chose, but on Ronin it says if you chose X character, you get to do X thing on Ronin's alter ego. Now I don't know what that would be exactly necessarily.
Right. Because for like Hawkeye, it's finding his bow, I think is what he does in alter ego.
Right. So maybe you can, like it changes the word, like when Hawkeye uses his action to find his bow, instead of finding the bow, it finds a weapon upgrade of a specific kind. Or it could say, like, that's an upgrade that's in Ronin's kit, is Hawkeye's bow, that can be played at any point. But specifically, if you're Hawkeye, you can find it in alter ego, which could be kind of cool. Maybe it's a really good upgrade, and it does something other than shoot arrows. And then for Maya, I don't really know Maya well enough to be able to come up with something offhand.
Hers is find, when you flip to hero form, find an event in your, I think, event card in your discard or draw pile, I think, or at least one of them, and add it to your hand.
Maybe it could be something, because she's like stealing events too from other heroes. So it could be an alter ego, take an event from your discard pile or any other player's discard pile, and tuck it behind your identity. You can play this card as if it were in your hand. So, I mean, that could be kind of cool. He would, of course, or they, I guess, because Maya's a girl and Hawkeye is a boy. There could be different weapon upgrades, maybe not per alter ego, but just different upgrades that you can get throughout Ronin and play, like the scythe mace thing, or Hawkeye's bow maybe, or a sword of some kind. And then maybe with each alter ego, they get, like it says, Hawkeye's bow is +1. But if you have Clint Barton as the hero, then he gets ranged, piercing, and overkill or something like that. But if you chose Maya, then that doesn't matter. What does matter is maybe like a martial arts upgrade. She gets retaliate 1, and maybe it's a defense +1 upgrade. But if you're Maya Lopez, you get retaliate 1 and ready when you defend, or something like that.
Something you could do is it could come with like an extra like 4-card deck where you shuffle it right before you play, and whatever the first card is,
Is your
and
identity.
It would be is your identity, and it would be one of the Ronins, one of the characters that have been Ronin.
And then if you end up pulling Alexei, you have to use a Russian accent the whole time you play.
Is with a Z. Is not copyright. We are the Thunderbolts. No, Alexei. Oh, there was a soccer. No, stop. So something that I did think of, but I was like, but it would be a little extreme, but something that I thought that would be cool is if you depending on which like identity you got, his text would be something like you could pick one weapon upgrade from anyone with that same trait from like any other hero, kind of like what is it, Wonder Man with what's that card that he has?
Like physiology.
No, and it's not. It's a leadership card that came in his pack. Cameo, like Cameo, like what Cameo does.
You can steal identity-specific allies. So you're thinking like you can steal identity-specific
weapons. And I only say that just because I mean he like Ronin's all about. I say all about, but like Ronin uses a lot of different weapons, and like not they use different hero weapons. I'm just saying. I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
Jason, you have any ideas?
I like the ideas that we have going on here. I think that it would be great for them to have different alter egos when you go down to that alter ego side. And I like the idea, like how we have the labor kit, where it's a separate set of cards that come with that hero, having alter egos that are a separate set of cards. So you're not having to go pull out your Hawkeye alter ego. You're not having to go pull out your Echo alter ego. It's already in the kit, just built into it, like the laborers and the gift decks. And when you flip down, you have benefits there that you're right. Each of those functions like an upgrade. Cool. All right, I'm playing as I flip down and I can change which of the heroes I'm going to be playing as. So I can be Clint for this turn, or be Maya for another turn, or be Alexei for another turn, or be Blade for the other turn, right? And you do get some benefits, like you mentioned, along the way, of which, depending on which of those heroes you pick from. When you flip up, there's some cool things along the way. The obligation has a negative effect on you based on what hero you're dealing with. Whichever hero you have, it makes the obligation does something different, so it can impact you in a negative way. So like Hawkeye, it could, you have to exhaust if it's Hawkeye. Maya Lopez, you're stunned for a turn. Blade, you're confused for a turn. You become confused. Something like that. And it could be a different kind of effect, but something that makes it a little bit challenging based on not only is your obligation coming out, but it's also impacting you based on the side that you choose. And then on top of that, his kit would be full of upgrades that are weapon upgrades. So instead of focusing on event cards, you're focusing on like getting the right upgrades out. He has a lot of restricted weapons, but maybe these restricted weapons, when you do a certain action, they'll get discarded into the discard pile. So you can keep rotating through your restricted weapons, and you're trying to utilize all these different types of weapons along the way. I thought would be pretty cool. Having still things like his armor giving him +1 defense, or different things like that. But you could have a sword that gives you +2 attack and can only last up to 3 attacks or something, or kind of rotating through your weapons. Yeah, and then giving him like maybe not side holster, but like something like Venom, where you can carry 3 weapons.
Or prehensile tail.
Yeah, where you can carry 3 weapons along the way, and so
suddenly Hawkeye's
grown really a tail. Suddenly Hawkeye's grown a tail. Yeah, so I like that idea a lot. Maybe it is something to the effect of you can find maybe a card that lets you borrow somebody else's weapon. So, for example, if like, oh shoot, I'm playing Winter Soldier and I discarded my gun. My gun had to get discarded into the discard pile. Cool. Well, I can play a card that lets me borrow that gun for 3 uses. So I'll pull it into my kit now, gets played on my table, and I can use his gun for 3 uses. You can borrow a weapon from another player that's in their discard pile for a certain amount of turns. So I think that'd be pretty cool. And based on what the upgrades you have, gives you different benefits as well. So it'd be a lot of math and thinking, but it could be a fun, complicated character.
We've never had any of those before.
Complicated characters?
No, my meter just makes you discard things until you find what you're looking for. Fun math.
Math is a really fun thing.
Well, is there any other thoughts we want to share about this hero, or any other thoughts about the hero pack or anything like that?
No.
No.
No? Okay. Let's rate this ally. card. I guess I'll go first. I think he is a good ally. I'm going to say he's a solid 3.5 star, 4-star ally. He works incredibly well and adds some great benefit to the team. I feel like he's overall an exciting card to see on the table, and he is definitely worth your time playing. Earth Twister.
Probably about a B minus.
Boo.
Minus. That's all I got.
Okay.
I mean, he was confusing, and I was excited, and then he let me down.
It's
So I've got a
just a
personal
personal bias in your rating here.
It's because he's not specifically Clint Barton.
Yeah, specifically.
He doesn't do what I want him to do, so I'm upset.
Basically.
My turn. So I will rate Ronin the Ally
The accuser?
as a bloodhound. So, if you know what a bloodhound is a hunting dog. That's what they were bred for. Mostly what they do is they will, whatever they are trained to hunt, they don't actually like kill anything. They direct the hunter to those animals. Okay, so this Ronin card, it can be very useful. However, it's kind of a niche thing. Like if you don't train it properly, if you don't use it in a proper deck, if you don't have the upgrades on it, there's not a whole lot of point to it. And so bloodhounds are great dogs when trained properly and everything. I mean, they're good, family friendly, but otherwise they're pretty harmless. And so, bloodhound, he's all right. Yeah, he's okay.
Does he
Not
have
bad.
floppy ears?
Can be useful.
Do
Depending
your ears
on-
hang low? Do they
depending
wobble
on
to and fro?
Who is Ronin at the time? Could be.
Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie 'em in a knot? Can you tie 'em in a bow?
Can you throw him over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your ears hang low?
I hope we don't get copyrighted for that.
Pretty sure that song is super old, specifically because it says continental soldier.
It's probably free public
Yeah, it's probably out of copyright.
All right, well,
Pretty
that's
sure
good news.
So that's going to be our
Oh,
new
man.
send-off song at the end now.
Bloodhound, that's a solid choice, man. Well, thank you everybody for listening. It's been a great episode. It's been fun. It's been good just getting to be back with the guys, though we do miss our guests. We will see some guests again.
Just
soon.
us. Just us, guys.
Just us guys. Well, do you want to sign off, guys?
And the dog.
Is it time?
As always, I've been Earth Twister. Stay twisty.
I'm Levi Lewis. If the sun explodes, you lose your bank.
My name is Jason Sketch, and next time we'll be deadly serious next time. Thank you all for watching. Peace.
They're listening.
They are listening. You're right. Thank you for listening.